one. Hey everybody, and welcome to session 2 of The Final Rule, where we promised that we would have everyone here, and then Justin
And
was
we didn't
late.
live up to it.
We did not live up to
Justin
it, so we are
isn't
off to
here.
a great start. We do, however, have a very special guest who we will introduce in just one second. But I, as always, am your Dungeon Master. My name is Glenn Underwood. You can find me on Twitter at @maytagofficial, May_tag official. And let's go around and introduce ourselves. Michael, you're going to be last.
Gotcha.
Hi, I'm Chase. You can find me on Twitter at CutToTheChase9. I also Twitch stream at twitch.tv/CutToTheChase. Fun stuff like that. Been improving for 8 years. I'm an actor. Good stuff.
And what character are you playing?
Oh, and I'm playing Dorvis. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the.
Vince?
Hi, I'm Vincent. I've been doing improv for about 3-ish years. I've been doing D&D for less than that, and I'll be playing the role of Walter Tang.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And Brendan, after your hiatus, why don't you remind people who you are?
Oh, for those of you who didn't see me, because I was the little sad face last time around, I am Brendan. I have been doing theater for 4 or 5 or something like that years. You can follow me at Twitter at Brendan Bice. And then I play Brooke Pendleton II, who has incredible penmanship and is glad to be back on the stream, fellas.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And finally, well, Justin's not here to introduce himself, but we also do play with Justin. He's he'll be on in a second. Let me make sure there's no echo going on. Yeah, there's not. Cool. We're good. And last but not least, let's introduce our very special guest for this week. Go ahead.
Oh, hey guys. My name is Michael Prince Bouton. I'm an independent filmmaker in Baton Rouge, and I was invited here by my good friends Chase and Glenn. Thanks, guys, for having me on. You can find me on Instagram at King Bouton if you're interested in looking at some really cool photos.
All right, and that's the gang for today. Like I said, Justin will be on sort of in motion as we go.
We'll see where he shows up.
We'll see when he shows up, yeah. But let's go over the rules of improv, the final rule, and then consent and role playing, right? How we're going to start every single stream. So instead of giving you guys the opportunity anymore to fuck with me, but with the rules of improv, I'm just going to rattle them off, all right?
So the first rule, no, you do it.
All right. So the first rule of improv is probably the most important rule of improv, and that is yes and, right? So anytime that somebody presents you with a gift, you want to make sure that you say yes to that gift. Somebody says something is true about the world, you say yes. And even better is if you can put an and on it. So the and is sort of like, yes, it is true that I am a firefighter, and I'm also 6'10", right?
It's true. I've seen it.
It's true, yeah. The second rule of improv is work to the height of your intelligence. That means it's really easy whenever we're doing comedy or in general just like kind of making stuff up off the fly to go for the low-hanging fruit, the lowest common denominator. We want to sort of challenge our audience a little bit more than that. We sort of want you guys to enjoy fully and be immersed in the world rather than just making dick and poop jokes all the time. So that's working to the height of our intelligence. The third rule of improv is going to be give and receive gifts. What a gift is anytime somebody tells you that something is true about the world, they are giving you a gift, and it's your job to receive the gift and then give gifts back and forth. And through these, we sort of find games in improv, which are sort of common themes, things that we play on throughout sort of our improv session. The fourth rule is going to be no open-ended questions, which we sort of modify for this because open-ended questions are a nascent part of D&D. To say, give descriptors when possible. So rather than just like asking a question like, hey, what do I see in here? We're going to try to describe what we see without necessarily making anybody else describe what they see. But once again, as a DM, as players, we do sort of have to ask questions about the world, but we're going to try to be as descriptive as possible. And finally, the last set rule of improv that we're going to be working with is make everyone else look good. What this means is we all want to be sort of the funniest person in the room. We all want to be the life of the party, right? Sort of. And rather than doing that and putting the focus on ourselves and sort of putting the pressure on ourselves to be the best, we're going to use that same amount of effort and energy and apply it outside of ourselves. So that I will be doing my best to make the 5 people playing today look like geniuses. They'll be doing the best to make me look like a genius and each other. And whenever we all work together like that, we're all going to be the funniest person in the room, right? So that's the 5 rules of improv that we always set. But of course, there is the final rule, also known as Rule 0 for D&D or most tabletop role-playing games in general, which is, at the end of the day, what the DM says goes. Because we are improvising, sometimes I will have to make judgment calls about what is and is not canon, what is and is not acceptable. So my players have all agreed that at the end of the day, I'm sort of the final arbiter on that. I'm going to try not to exercise that rule too much, but whenever I do, just know that that is the final rule that we're playing with. So that's all that stuff done. Really quickly, let's go over consent and role-playing. It's something that's really important to me and a lot of people in this chat. So at any point in time, if you find that you are uncomfortable, triggered by something that's going on, any of the topics that we touch on, because improv, sometimes we sort of stray. Vincent's giving an example of an X card, and so is Brendan. But at any point in time in chat, you can put a big X, and please don't abuse this as a joke. But if you put a big X in, that sort of lets us know that we need to fade to black, sort of move on from the topic that we're on. So please, by all means, in chat, put an X if you're uncomfortable. My players all know that they can do that as well. But that is consent and role-playing. We all want to be safe. We all want to be respectful of each other. And we're going to do that to the best of our ability. Okay, so all of that's the preamble stuff, and I'm getting better at this. That was 7 minutes. Eventually, I'm going to get it down to 5.
Hey.
So let's sort of recap where we left off. So last week we had Clay with us. Clay was playing River Young, a dwarf, and you guys had a bit of a musical session with certainly a soup producer that you can find on D&D Beyond under the homebrew monster name of Swift Johansson. And after the adventure with Swift Johansson, the Rosemary Corporation's party realized that they can no longer continue forward because Sage Broussard, who died unfortunately, had the contracts with him. So all the contracts are null and void. Our party went to go get out of the desert, the great desert of Grendel. And rather than that happening, the Paxilisks went berserk because their drivers went missing mysteriously in the night. And after wandering the desert for several days, our players were picked up by a floating windmill in the sky. And an old woman who preferred to be called Grandma was picked up our party, and that's sort of where we left off. So really quickly, I'm going to get Justin here in this call. And he's going to join.
He's here now.
He is here
He's
now.
back.
Hey.
I'm gonna
All right.
put this stream on my story.
Please do.
All right.
So that's the story so far. And we're
There
gonna
he
pick up.
is.
There he is. Hello. We're
Hello.
sort of gonna pick up off of the grandma just said that she had something that she needed to ask you guys about, and that's sort of exactly where we left off. So grandma, once again, a very short, elderly woman, sort of in this huge clockwork interior of this windmill, appears to have some sort of quest for you guys. And as you're all sort of sipping on your coffees and teas that she provided for you, you are very, needless to say, this is not a conventional setting that for most of you to find yourselves in. Grandma walks over to a sort of hatch in the floor. She pulls a rug off of this metal hatch. It's like pressed steel, and she flings it open with surprising finesse for a woman of her age. and deep inside, you see within the hatch a bunch of different gears and steam pipes and pistons running. And she says, "Now you see, I'm having a bit of trouble with my inner machinations of this island. It floats using a system that I came up with myself. But, you see, it's not going nearly as fast as it did whenever I first designed it. And I can only assume that something's going on down there, and I'm just too old and frail to go explore on my own. So I was hoping that, now that I have all of you here, and, Brooke, be a dear and come over here with these fine group."
Sure. Well, oh, hey, fellas, I haven't seen y'all in quite, I don't know, a couple of days or some period of time to which I'm not entirely sure.
We honestly thought you died.
Yeah, you did die.
For a second. I mean,
You guys-
what is life and death, really,
You got-
if we think about it?
You guys know this man?
Not really. No, we met him like however long ago it was. I mean, we know who he is. I guess he's Brooke. But, like,
I don't know what you're talking about. Walter and Dorvis are dear friends of mine, and I've never seen you before.
What's the gauge by which you measure friendship? We knew each other for like a day. We all kind of died.
Well, that much.
And Brooke, you left us. I mean, like, what does that say about your friendship, honestly? I mean, the more I think about it, the more of a kind of just terrible friend you are.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Do you know what friendship is?
I just go where the wind blows me. So, I see it fortunate that we wound up in the same place.
All right.
All right.
All right. I didn't catch your name, friend. What is your name?
Kintorla.
Kentor. All right.
You can call me Kin or Kint or whatever.
I was gonna call you Ken.
Alright.
Strong name.
Thank you.
Wait, so he gets to give you a nickname, and what?
I mean, it's already short for my full name, so I mean, it's not really him giving me a nickname. It's just, you know, it's
I don't know. I think
Just
Ken's over here
easier.
playing favorites.
definitely not my favorite.
Oh, so you do have a favorite?
It's also not Walter, so I mean, I guess it kind of defaults to you, Dorvis.
Wow.
But
Never been a favorite before.
I don't blame you. I'm not my favorite either.
that's-
All right, so
I'm kind of a terrible person in case you forgot.
So
I'm pretty
Grandma
shitty.
says, and before I forget, there is still one more person that I need to introduce you to. He worked with me on a sort of a few projects in the past. Gorbachev, can you come in here, please? He's one of our dearest mechanics.
Hello, it is I, Gorbachev Svenshenko.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Yes. What?
Are we all ready to go?
Well, I'm about as ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna fix this flying island, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
you ready?
So Grandma says, I know the problem's down there somewhere, and if I had to guess, one of these will fix it. And she hands, she's gonna hand Gorbachev actually a little tool belt that has a bunch of like really like you can tell that they're very like finely crafted sort of hammers and like hooks, a handful of things that sort of like you know how to use Gorbachev, but like some of you guys like you recognize some of the tools, but like the rest of them are sort of out of your league, like, way out of your pay grade, right?
Like, there's an Allen wrench here, and then there's just like an octagonal shaped like ball, and you're just kind of-
What does the twirly one do?
I pick up the twirly one and hold it in my hand, sort of focusing on it for a moment before it lifts into the air and just starts to spin around before whipping into a certain direction and pointing straight toward Dorvis. These are the tools of a craftsman.
Why is it pointing at me?
That was very poetic, but like, that doesn't tell me what that does.
Oh, no, this is just for fun. It is a fidget spinner. It
Incredible.
is pulling the magic out of my body in order to create perpetual motion.
All right.
Very painful process.
Yeah, sounds like a interesting use of magic.
Sounds like witchcraft to me.
Gorbachev, put that away. You need all the magic you can get down there if something goes wrong.
Corvus,
Right,
you
right,
can't
right.
say witchcraft. It's not okay. I'm starting to learn, and you can't say those kind of things. All right.
What?
Now, if you
All
guys
right.
would please be so kind as to go ahead and head down, I will be right up here. And one more thing, and she's gonna hand Brooke. You seem like you're the most capable of this group, and so she's gonna hand you a small bell, that has like a little, like almost like an antenna on it,
Okay.
and she says, "Ring this if you find yourself in trouble. That'll let me know up here that something's wrong, and I will do my best to help you out."
You mean like mortal danger, or if I might say like an inappropriate joke in front of company?
I mean, mortal danger.
Can I ring that bell too if I make a bad joke? Because like I'm on like a bad streak for saying things I shouldn't be saying. Like, is there...
Just
I give her just 2 thumbs up.
okay, and then she sort of gestures to the open pit. That has it does have a ladder going down, and I want to be very clear.
I can't really see the bottom.
Ooh,
Don't
It's kinda
worry,
dark.
there is one. And then she turns around and says, "Oh, before I forget, River was your name, right?" And everyone she turns and to look for River, and River's gone. Like,
Oh, no.
as if there was never a trace of River there. And everyone, you sort of look around for a couple of seconds, and River's not there, and he's kind of hard to miss. And more than that, one of those clocks on the wall, and the script that you sort of couldn't decipher, also gone, off the wall.
Oh
Well,
no.
he was a very
No.
talented thief.
No,
so,
ma'am.
I mean,
Actually, my name is Brooke. I know it's similar to a river, but Brooke's a little smaller, more babbling than a river would. But I'm here. I am here.
yeah,
And,
yeah, man.
and
She's
I-
your grandma. I
I
think
appreciate
maybe
it,
I don't
Brooke.
know.
Now, without further ado, and once again, she gestures one more time to the sort of pit.
Wait, we gotta
Very
go
well.
out there.
That pit. I thought
We
you meant a
mustn't
different
keep
pit.
Grandma waiting. Follow me, adventurers. And I will start to climb down the ladder.
Okay.
Gee, what's the deal with
Yeah,
this guy? Oh,
I love his
follow me,
accent.
adventure. Wait, I gotta stop that. No. I'm
I
just gonna follow him.
I love
I'm just
this. I love this slow descent from
Come quickly!
Walter being a horrible racist to a social justice warrior that doesn't know what he's doing or what he's fighting for. It's so good. All right.
The plot thickens.
Do you all go down the ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. The ladder. Okay. So have you guys ever played Metal Gear Solid 3?
Yes, obviously.
So there's a really famous ladder scene in Metal Gear Solid 3, where the song Snake Eater plays. And it plays through that entire, it's like a 3.5 minute song, and you're climbing that ladder for the 3.5 minutes, and the entire song plays. It's like that. It's that long of a ladder, and more than that, after a certain point, those of you who have sort of finer intuition skills, sort of realize that there's no way that this island that the windmill's on is this deep.
Hey guys,
Come.
something's going on here.
Yeah, we've definitely, if we would have actually climbed down the island, we would have already fallen out of the bottom of it by now, so.
Didn't she say there was a bottom?
This is one of these bigger on the inside situations. I think this is one of those where
Yeah, it
Maybe
must
there's
be.
magic
I mean,
involved.
It's,
Maybe.
well,
I don't
there's-
know.
there's obviously magic involved. It's a flying fucking island, so.
I
Okay,
don't know.
well,
I mean, there's
maybe-
probably
I
some
mean-
practical way to do it.
I
mean,
imagine there's
I don't think-
some really strong wind coming from somewhere. Maybe you got some kind of
That's not how
what was that?
flying
A little,
works.
little further. We have much. We do not have much further to go.
Right.
All right.
all right, yeah.
So
I'll
after
take your word for it.
I'm actually going to look up how long the song Snake Eater is to let you know exactly how long this ladder is.
Oh,
Have
boy.
you ever heard the bardic tale, Snake Eater?
Oh, I heard a bard play that in a tavern once. It was pretty lengthy for if I were to compare it to, I don't know, climbing a ladder, it'd be a long song for sure.
So
Would you be able to play that song while climbing down the ladder, or maybe sing it?
Yeah, yeah. Can you,
Yeah,
well,
Brooke. I mean, like,
is it one of the songs you can sing even? Like, we're really assuming a lot here. You can
Is
just
it?
learn that song. Like, it might just be one of those instrumentals where it's just
Maybe, yes, I guess
is-
so.
you need
Yeah.
an instrument to play. And like, I know our boy Gorbachev over here. I don't know if he knows. I don't know if he has an instrument on him.
Oh, oh.
Oh, I am not a bard myself, and I would love to sing it.
Oh,
However,
by all means.
by all means.
you must see
Alright.
it live. It is. I would do the song no.
I mean, well, we
so-
don't need
Alright,
a
fair
study.
enough.
One of my
Yes, I
favorites.
think-
I shan't disgrace its name.
I think.
Fair
alright,
enough.
yes, I mean.
After
Brooke,
approximately
I-
3 minutes and 7 seconds of climbing down the ladder, you finally find yourself at the bottom of it. And at this point is whenever we are going to go ahead and get our suggestion for this session. So every single session, as with true improv, we ask for a suggestion from our audience. The suggestion is one word. It can be any word at all. Chase and I are both going to look at our chats. And basically, the first word that we see after we count down from 3 is going to be our suggestion that we're going to sort of riff off of for this entire episode. So, are you ready, Chase?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead. I already have one. It's donuts from Me
Donuts.
Quite Contrary. So thank you so much, Me Quite Contrary.
Okay.
Yeah. It is going to be donuts for today.
Here we
So,
go.
You guys all sort of file off of the ladder into this massive, like, chamber at the bottom, and all around you are various gears turning, steam whistles blowing, pistons pumping back and forth, several hydraulic systems that you guys just don't quite understand, tubes that are filled with a mysterious blue liquid that occasionally arcs lightning through it. Clearly some very sophisticated machinery that is unlike anything that you've ever heard before. Or ever seen before, you know? Like, it is...
I want to say, for the last 8 seconds of us on the ladder, that Brooke starts humming, "What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night." That's all I remember from that.
Brooke, that was amazing.
So,
You really should think about pursuing singing as a career.
I'm not much of a multi-classer. I'm not.
You don't need to keep singing. It was all right,
Thanks,
I
Walter.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
but just all right. Like, don't think too much about it.
All right. So it doesn't look like there's like a necessarily a clear path forward from here. It sort of looks like you're like, imagine, if you will, being like the first person to enter into a like dense jungle, and you could sort of have to pick your path through the foliage and like the underbrush and everything like that, right? That's sort of what it's like in here, except for replace all the trees with massive tubes and pistons, and all the underbrush with various gears that are turning. There's no obvious way forward, but you can sort of choose your own way through. However, Gorbachev, you have an idea of like the safest way to go through here. So if the rest of the group is like, you know, I mean, needless to say, you're sort of the expert here, right?
Right. So I turn back to the party after everybody's done getting off the ladder, and I say, "The path ahead, it is treacherous, no? But if you follow me, you will be safe."
Okay, can I see in front of us?
alright.
Can I see anything?
You see a bunch of gears, cogs, and basically what I described before.
Is it just dark? Is it too dark? It's not too dark, is it?
Well, I mean, those of you who have dark vision can sort of see forward a little bit further, but like it's sort of hard to see like immediately past this like wall of like machination, you know?
I'm gonna do a ball of what was produce flame so I can see a little bit more, you know? Just a
Like
little.
the fairy fire.
No, produce flame.
Produce
is a
flame.
cantrip.
Okay, yeah, cantrip. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. And let's see. Cantorla, you don't have dark vision.
I don't have, no.
Gorbachev,
No.
you don't
Yeah, I'll
either.
need it.
I do not.
And Walter
I'll
doesn't. Yeah.
So I produce flame tokens so I can see better.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you sort of move forward, I'll make sure you describe. I'll describe the things that you can see with this aided sort of torch.
Ah, a light in the dark. Please follow me. And
Okay.
I head off in one direction, whatever direction I think would be best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use control flames to turn Walter's flames into like a little like Torkin little stick figure dude.
Holy shit.
What the hell is this? Can I stop it?
I don't know why I got that, but I was like,
Alright.
I want to use this cantrip.
That was weird. Let me try it again. Again.
Yeah, you sort of
Sorry,
re-spark it.
y'all.
guys, if you're having trouble with fire, let's just make a bonfire. I create a bonfire at the floor of where we are.
I don't think this is the best idea.
Boom!
So-
Bigger version of this stick figure Torkin.
Very,
Oh,
very
God.
quickly.
My U
uh,
wand.
This luckily for you, there's a lot of headspace in this chamber, so it doesn't immediately fill with smoke. But the smoke doesn't have many places to go, and this fire is very quickly expanding the metal around you, and some of the the tubes on the side, the liquids in it are starting to bubble, and the lightning is arcing faster. So
Is this normal, guys?
No,
We should
no,
put
we
that
should put big fire out. Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can put this out.
oh god,
Is it
No.
concentrate? Stop concentrating. Like,
Right.
stop concentrating.
I
Quick.
stopped concentrating.
Quick, someone distract Dorvis.
Someone distract me. I'm too concentrated.
Hey, Dorvis, you ever been in the bathroom and just wondered about how many people have been in there before you? It's something to think about.
And the fire goes out.
I never thought of it that way.
Out of your intelligence, I love it. All right, so Gorbachev has already sort of disappeared into the machines at this point, where you guys were messing around with the fire.
Oh, guys, I think we lost Gorbachev.
I froze for a minute also.
Yeah, Gorbachev is already leagues ahead of you at this point.
Yo, we gotta catch up with that guy.
What directions can we go in?
I
So
just run in one direction. I just choose the direction to run.
I follow Walter immediately. 'Cause I'm like, no.
Do I remember what direction Gorbachev was heading before?
Is that a history check?
no, it happened less than 3 minutes ago. You know where Gorbachev went.
Then I'm gonna head that way. Hey, Walter, that's the wrong direction. We just came from there.
Yeah, I
just-
know. I'm just testing you. And I
Oh,
turn back
yeah, well-
around.
And
Well-
I was just testing your devotion because I followed him because
I've got to.
pack mentality or something.
I've got to praise your lizard person. Thank you. Thank you.
Good. All right, so you guys all start okay. Gorbachev, after about a minute, you've been talking sort of explaining some of the machinery, and you turn around, you realize that no one's following you.
Okay, so I find a little spot of a clearing where I think I can wait for them to catch up to me, and I begin to paint the machinations. I'm graffitiing them sort of with the paints and brushes that I have in my inventory.
Okay, so
nice.
what sort of graffiti are you going for?
I think something beautiful, something organic to paint over top the gears and pistons.
Okay.
I'd like to use elements of the machines and of the island pieces that are spraying out anything or turning anything in motion to enhance the energy of the drawing.
All right. How about you give me a sleight of hand check to see how well you paint?
Sure. Now, do you guys roll dice here, in person, or are you using a program?
It doesn't
I do
matter
it
to
in
me.
person. It doesn't matter.
Okay, all right. In that case, because for some reason I forgot this part, hold up while I find my dice.
Okay. In the meantime, we sort of nice. In the meantime, we sort of everyone else is going to catch up to where Gorbachev stopped. It does take you a little bit because you are not following the optimal path because you were not immediately following him as he left, but you do sort of find your way more or less accurately to where Gorbachev is stopping, and you see him at work. He's painting. We'll see sort of how well he's painting, But has anybody here ever gotten a chance to see like live like visual art being done?
I mean, is theater a visual art? If so,
No,
yes.
theater's a performing art.
Walter has seen a lot of
Yeah,
art.
I mean-
Visual art, Walter has not seen a lot of that.
Yes,
Like, you
I mean,
had- Yeah.
yes, I've seen a few.
I've only met one other painter in my life of any sort.
Are
Is
you,
that,
are you speaking to our characters or the
I'm
players?
speaking to your characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, yeah.
What's art? Oh,
He was. He was a very low on his luck man. The only thing he had to his name was a paintbrush and one color of paint.
Did you catch his name, Dorvis?
Yeah. It was oh man, it's just been so long. Toric?
Toric?
Yeah.
That was
So he
All right.
just,
no last name either. He's just.
that was
he's
really
just-
close, man. That was
It's
really
a mononym. I've heard of Torch. He did that big old piece with the eagle shaking hands with a bear holding on to a panther. He does a lot of
wait.
wildlife.
I'm
Wait,
so
wait,
surprised he
this
did
guy-
that with one color.
Yeah, no, this guy's also good with stencils. So he does a lot of controversial stuff too, and political things as well. It's kind of interesting. Mostly it's just like animal politics. Like he had like a young fawn brandishing like a sword against like a town guard with flowers. It was some next level stuff.
Yeah, I've met him personally. He's a gentle
Really?
soul, a very gentle soul.
met
Really,
personally.
usually
Wow.
usually he hides his identity. I'm surprised he actually met the man in person. Or woman.
Yeah, it was
I'm gonna try.
very rare opportunity. I'll leave it at that.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. My school had me learn a whole semester of him. It was,
Oh, Yeah. Oh, he's
and I was
like
sleeping
for
half the
however-
time, obviously, but because I
why
didn't
just
care.
Sleep through his lessons.
Because I
This
just
stuff
didn't
is
care, man.
groundbreaking.
I just didn't care.
Well,
that
you missed
much.
out. You missed
about
out.
about
I
about
mean,
what's his name? You don't
I
care
was
about him?
still
Toric.
paying-
His name's Toric, guys.
Toric.
Alright, yes.
So,
That's what I said. Toric.
in
I was-
comparison to Torik's work, what Gorbachev is sort of doing is not nearly as elegant as watching Torik work,
Huh.
nor is the final product sort of what you were expecting. So he's clearly going for like organic lines on the gears and the various cogs that are sort of turning, but as he sort of paints, like it ends up just sort of looking like what's the best way to sort of like it's more of a Pollock and less of a like Da Vinci, right?
Okay.
So just for clarification, are we all together now?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're all together now.
Gorbachev, have you ever seen a tree before? Do you know what they look like?
I am well versed in our trees of this world.
Yeah, but
all
if you've
right.
been here the whole time, there aren't a lot of
Hey,
trees to see.
You guys, if you squint your eyes, like, and close your right eye and cock your head to the right, like, it looks like a dragon, man.
Hmm.
Oh, I see it.
See that?
I see it.
See
yeah.
that?
Oh.
No, I
Yeah.
see a horse.
And he's carrying like a cow, and there's like a screaming woman down there. Did you do this on purpose? That's very interesting how that all came into play.
Sort of taking a note of everybody's disposition toward the painting that I, myself, as Gorbachev, was very proud of. I sort of take the hint and go, of course, it was a dragon horse all along.
I knew
We
it.
should probably be moving on. No need to stay and think too hard.
Yeah, you're right. You don't want to ruminate on a painting too long. It just gets stale. You gotta
Yeah,
keep it
yeah.
fresh.
Well, let us stop looking at my painting. Yes.
I'm sorry. What? I was looking at the
I mean,
painting.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
if you turn to
kinda
the
stuck
left
on
and
it
then
All right.
Surely, surely you have seen no better art before.
Well,
Well,
I haven't
no,
seen a lot of art,
I was
but
kind
well,
of.
have you
I
seen the
mean-
pyramids at large?
that is really good art. I will admit that.
I hate that. All right, so Gorbachev at this point just sort of like turns and goes, right? and you guys wander through various machines. Let's see here. Hey, can yeah, Brooke actually. You being the most perceptive of the bunch currently, sort of take a bit more note of the machines around you. What sort of things do you see as you sort of climb through?
I see cogs spinning in places I ain't never seen cogs before, and bits of pipes with steam bursting out of them. This is for something that ain't living. This place seems to be alive to some sort of extent.
Yeah, actually, that's a really great way to describe the machinery around you. Is that it's almost like a living, breathing organism. The way that everything sort of fits together and the assumed functions therein, all sort of works together in such a harmony that it's almost like the internal like organ or nervous system of a large beast. Which you as a druid are relatively familiar with.
I think I see the adrenal glands over there. This is something awfully peculiar, fellas.
Yeah, it's got oil too. I didn't think
Yeah.
that beasts
Like-
have oil, but okay.
Like
It's
oil
shiny.
blood, probably. Mm-hmm.
Brooke, I have no idea what you're getting at right now.
I mean, it's,
Brother, I don't know the half of what I say, so as long as one of us understands me, then we should be
I mean-
all right.
I understand. I mean, there are living, breathing, or not breathing, I guess, mechanisms and machines that have
That's assuming
become
a lot.
sentience.
Oh, like a clock.
No, like Warforge. Have you guys not ever ran into a Warforge before?
Is it like a clock that looks like a person?
No, it's,
Oh, I've seen one of those.
Oh,
A
I've
clock
seen
that looks
one
like a
of those.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what I'm
Yeah.
talking
I'm glad
about.
I'm not the only one.
I grew up
That's-
with one.
yeah.
We made fun of him and called him terrible names. Oh my god.
Oh,
Like big
Well,
hand,
oh,
little
You
yeah.
hand.
gotta be
need
careful
to,
about calling.
you need to rethink your entire life. I think, Walter. I mean, there's
Well,
a lot of things. You just need to
So
to.
at this point in the conversation, Gorbachev has led you all to another opening similar to the one that the ladder was at, but there's no ladder this time. And Gorbachev, you have your sort of instincts have led you to this area in particular, because if there's any sort of if there's anywhere that something major is going to go wrong with the speed, it should be in this sort of area. If we're kind of continuing the analogy of this being like a living organism, then where you are right now would be like the spinal column, like spinal cord and everything, sort of asympathetic nervous system, right? So
Can we ask him what's wrong? Why it feels bad? I assume that's why we're down here to help fix it.
Gorbachev, you look
can we
incredibly
ask?
focused.
I mean, look at the stress created in what would be the spinal cord and the vertebrae. He's not using. He has no lumbar support whatsoever. He slouches, whatever this island. might be.
Gorbachev, you there?
Oh my god, I realized I've been muted, but I've been trying to talk. Alright, so sorry about that, everybody.
No, there's a lot to see.
You
I can
had
see
this
how-
really vacant
it all in.
stare.
As I sort of caress this spinal column-ish machine and do sort of a diagnostic check, I say, "The dragon horse, she is not well."
What? Oh, like the
I had to
Oh
agree.
man.
Yo, that's some medical language that I don't understand.
this dragon horse. I'm gonna write that down for a podcast
Oh,
title.
Right now. You guys calm
Oh.
right now.
Brooke
Clear
nods and pretends to know exactly what Gorbachev is talking about.
So,
yes. the
do I need
dragon
to
horse, of
do-
course.
do I need to do some sort of check to find out what's wrong, or do you want me to come up with that?
Give me.
I wanna-
Why don't you roll investigation for yourself, and then
Okay.
use that to sort of let me know what you think is wrong.
Okay, gotcha.
I have a decent investigation where I'd be able to assist him.
Yeah, you can roll with advantage.
Giving
Gorbachev.
him. Yeah.
I can roll with advantage. Thank you. Oh, perfect. No need. Stand back. I have this under control. And as I sort of look, I start to pull out tool after tool from this magical tool belt, sort of sticking in plugs where I think they should go, and twisting dials and things. Meanwhile, cut to Gorbachev's face as he's intensely focused on this project ahead of him, absolutely sweating from the brow, wiping it off because he has no idea what the hell he's doing.
Hold on. Did you ask him if it's okay? Did you ask him?
No,
You asked him if it's
I
okay?
promise I
Don't-
have this under control.
I can
Watch him-
assist you. I mean, it's
No,
you
no,
really
trust
would
me.
like
Give me
some
just a
help?
minute, and I'll get it. I promise. I've got it under control. This is no problem. I have faced this many times.
Let
So-
a master work his craft, guys. Like, jeez.
So Gorbachev, you were in this thing for like 5 minutes, like sweat just dripping down your face, like the most constant, like you are so concentrated on what it is that you're working on that after a couple of minutes, you don't even realize the eyes sort of flick open and start staring you down as you sort of work on the inner machinations of what's in front of you.
Oh God.
Which is a donut-like, like sort of shaped apparatus that you've opened up a panel on and are messing with the inner circuitry of while it's just looking at you. Just watching.
Do we notice this? Should we roll to?
Oh, you all absolutely noticed this. You absolutely noticed this. Gorbachev is the only one who doesn't.
Hey,
You're
you turned him
genius.
on.
So I'm just like head down in the machine, just still not noticing anything out of the ordinary.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna walk up to it and say, "Is it okay that he's doing this to you?"
And then the mouth. Okay, so the donut's shaped like this, right? And these are the eyes up top. The mouth is going to be sort of along this, the bottom sort of loop.
Oh
and,
man.
It goes, well, actually, excuse me. I did not give you permission to open me up.
You gotta. It's
gotta
you gotta consent. You gotta get consent. Get
Look,
back.
man,
get
I
back
am not
to
sitting
the-
here
First,
trying to open you
Gorbachev.
up and see how you work inside.
Gorbachev, get back.
Gorbachev.
I'm
So-
This is a big misunderstanding, guys. I think we can.
At this point, I'm sort of like backpedaling on my hands and knees, like falling backwards with the tool spilling everywhere, and just like in shock and horror that I've been operating this long on something that appears to be.
Oh,
alive.
now you have just left me open to the elements. I do not understand. What did I do to offend you?
Gorbachev.
Gorbachev, why get back in there and pick that? Push him back toward the.
Excuse me, donut-shaped sir.
Yes,
What is your
excuse
name?
me. Oh, my name is, you may call me, Craig. My name is, Craig the Occipital.
Craig the Occipital.
Craig, it is nice to meet you, and I bow fully as low with as much respect as I can manage in this one gesture.
Oh,
I say, I am Gorbachev Svanchenko. Allow me to close you.
oh, bless you. Sorry, I guess you just sneezed. You do not bow to me. I do not want to deal with somebody who is such a cocksucker. I just want you to close me back up.
I sort of give like a very humph kind of demeanor off after that, and pick up the tools and get ready to close the hatch that I was open.
What, have I said something offensive? I just said I do not want somebody who is going to kiss my ass.
In my land, we come from a culture of respect. I was merely showing you the respect that I would another man.
Wait, where do you come from, Gorbachev? Now that we're getting on this topic, let's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good question.
I come from the Eastern Continent.
Oh yeah, the Eastern.
Hey, Gorbachev,
Yes,
Walter,
how nice.
what's
how
the
nice.
name of that eastern continent?
How nice.
It is called Campania.
What a
love it.
classic companion right over here.
Companion.
Campania. It is
yeah.
Campang with a little squiggly over it.
Okay. Companion.
Campania.
Brooke is
Come on.
feverishly taking notes about all of this.
So, after you sort of get him closed up-
comment more on his foreignness or not.
Yeah.
He's really.
So after you close them up, Craig the Occipital is going to sort of like eye up the group and he goes, "So, to what do I owe the pleasure of everyone who is here right now?"
Oh, well, there was a problem, and we were told to come down here and fix it. Do you have a problem? Like,
Oh, me? No, I am problemless. I work functionally just like I was created to.
Are you sure? Because there's a big old hole in the middle of you where I feel like the rest of you is supposed to be.
What? Do you have a problem with holes? Is that what we are talking about now?
What?
Because
Well, not
don't
at
have
all.
a problem with.
wait, Craig looks slim. What are you trying to say?
Well, that's the problem. You're allowed to have a hole. Like, that's okay. Believe me, I'm the most okay with it. Like, it's so.
Well, I'm just saying, I am
Guys,
looking at a bunch of
don't
people who do
bother
not
me.
have holes right now, and you are talking about
yeah,
my hole as if
yeah,
it is something
people
that is
have-
weird.
Yo, bruh, quit poking that out of his hole. That's not his fault. He didn't choose to be holeless. To
I
have
mean,
a hole.
I
Don't.
lean in real close to Craig and I go, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know much about talking to folk, whether or not you're supposed to have a
Oh.
hole.
Well then, why don't you go ahead and shut up? And you, sir, the with the painted on eyebrows. You seem
Yeah,
like you
it's
have
me.
the most level head and the most respectful out of all of these people.
Yeah, I do my best.
I want you to speak
Some
for the
of
group.
these
What-
guys
wait.
just don't no respect like I do.
Now you said that you are looking for a problem. What is the problem?
That's what I want to ask you about. I want to know. You said you feel okay?
Oh, I feel fantastic. I've never felt better. In fact, I only gained sentience about, I don't know, a day and a half ago, and ever since I've been doing great.
Oh. Well, that might be the source of the problem. Not
Oh,
necessarily
now,
you per
Now
se.
you are saying that I am a problem. I thought I
No,
asked,
no, no,
I asked
no,
this
no, no.
gentleman to speak for you. This is why you just constantly put me down.
No,
and
Craig, Craig, you're great, but whatever created you is probably like going around here doing who knows what.
And now you insult the creator. Oh, I have heard it all.
Wait, do you know the creator?
I have decided I am done with you all. Good night.
Wait,
and
no,
then
Craig,
the
Craig,
eyes
no.
shut and the
Hold
mouth
on,
shut,
Craig,
and it goes
I-
back to being like just the donut-shaped thing that it was before.
I want to try to pull the donut, like shake the donut. Just see if I can get Craig to wake up. Craig, wake up!
Why don't you give me an athletics check to see how well you shake it, Dorvis?
Fantastic. Let's go.
How well you can shake it.
How well I can shake it.
Well, now
Okay,
you've gone
sick.
and done it, haven't you?
You get a 6?
Yeah.
Craig is bolted down, man. Like, the only thing you're doing is manhandling this poor occipital
Extra
that's going on
hands,
here.
He didn't give consent. So I pulled him off. Like, quit.
Walter, we have no answers.
It is okay. I know this machine like the back of my hand. Come, there is another area that we can check.
Okay, Gorbachev. He's seen the views. Because I'm sure he likes you a lot. I'll keep following you, man. It's.
So as you guys walk away, you hear from behind you, you hear, wait, come back!
Ah,
What-
Craig! I run back up to check on Craig.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's just, you have to understand.
You're blurry.
That's it.
You're blurry.
That's it,
You're
Brendan.
blurry. You're blurry.
The blurred background is not
Oh,
identifying it as a person.
there we
Yeah.
go.
That's pretty much it,
God.
though. Speaking of visual arts, so Craig, you have to understand, since I have been alive, I have not had anyone to talk with. So even though this conversation did not go the way that I would like it to, there's some echo, so whoever just unplugged their headphones. I would just, I would really like to continue this conversation for just a little bit longer. I am very lonely, you see. I have been alive down here for about a day, and you don't know, that's compared to this in my relatively young life, this is a big part for me.
Craig, let me level with you, brother. I do not know what I am doing here. So, I need your help.
Wait, you just said that
Hey,
you knew
hold
this
on.
place like the back of your hand.
Quiet. Things have gotten way more out of hand than I realized. This
Well,
this
go-
is an area I was not prepared to deal with.
Gorbachev, this is your name, yes?
I am Gorbachev.
All right, well then, I will level with you. I do not appreciate that what you have said to me so far. I do not appreciate that you have opened me up, but I will try to help solve your problem.
Wait, Craig, could we just like take you with us?
No, you see, my power source is plugged into the back of me. If you take me off as the wall, I do not know if I shall live.
Well, what if we give you like a different power source?
Can you do that?
That's a good question.
Oh.
I'm just throwing things out into the wind, guys. Can anyone do that?
Brooke unplugs him from the wall.
You can't.
Wait,
You
what?
cannot reach his power source. His power source is like physically, like he's bolted to the wall and is like behind where he's bolted.
He's just looking at it like I don't know where. I don't know anything about this, y'all.
I feel like Gorbachev's the only one that could really
Okay.
do this.
Gorbachev,
Mhm.
I'm giving you a new ability. The
Okay.
ability is called Tinkerer.
All right.
It is going to be an intelligence modifier. You are not proficient. However, I will give you a what's your intelligence mod?
My intelligence mod is -1.
I'll give you a +1 for it.
Perfect.
Okay.
You're just a little bit under being proficient, right?
All right.
So at any point in time, you can roll a Tinkerer check to see how well you interact with the machinery around you that you pretend to be familiar with.
All right.
Amazing.
So yeah, just be aware of that
Should I try that out now?
if you want to.
All right. So, nobody can reach his power supply, right?
Right.
And he can't come with us.
Without having an alternate power source plugged up, yes.
So I crouch down in front of Craig and just flip open the panel again and start getting back in there.
Oh, what are you doing?
Would you like some assistance this time? I mean, I could help.
Yeah, you had better come and help if you can.
All right.
All right, Craig. I mean, not
See
Craig.
if
Sorry, Gorbachev. Give me a Tinkerer roll with advantage because Control is helping you out.
Oh, this is much better than last time, folks. That is an 18.
Oh,
An 18 solid.
Yeah, with the +1, it's an 18.
So this time you go back in, and Craig's actually going to look down and go, "Oh, I see what you are trying to do. Just a little bit to the left. No, use the other tool. That one's going to be the one." And then for a second, he sort of like fritzes out, and he's like, "Hey, oh no, sorry, that was me. I meant to the right." You know, and, like he's sort of going to guide you through as you're like working on it. But eventually he goes, yes, that should be my power source, and then he just cuts out.
And I hold up his power source in my hand. I have taken that beast's heart.
It is a smaller version of one of the blue vials that has electricity arcing through it, but it is currently inactive and has no electricity at all.
Did you just kill Craig?
we
Well-
need Craig. We need him alive.
We're
I will
murderers
drink
now.
this to
He
gain
was
the
a
power.
virgin, right?
What?
Wait, what?
Did you say it was a blue vial or it's
Yeah,
like
it's a
vial?
blue vial. It's a vial of blue liquid.
I popped the top off.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Gorbachev.
Hold on,
Gorbachev.
What are we doing?
Gorbachev.
Mhm.
You killed Craig. All right, like that's. Is the island gonna fall now? Like I'm terrified for my life.
Killed
Honestly, Craig is the sole reason the island
definitely
is
not,
floating
though.
up. But Gorbachev, since you did kill this beast, you're right as Slayer to drink its blood.
That is
So,
correct.
I
That is
look
correct.
over to Ken Torla and I say, I could not done it without your help. And I drink the potion.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Now it's just as much your fault too, Ken. Way to
I'm a-
go.
Ken, you're an accomplice.
I'm gonna take a small vial of my bleach that I use to brush my teeth, and I'm gonna just cheers, and I'm gonna take it back.
Hey, Gorbachev, why don't you give me a Constitution save?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is a 14 overall.
A 14 overall.
Mhm.
You're going to take. Let me see.
Oh god, that's a good amount of dice.
You're going to
A
take
deadly amount of dice.
5 thunder damage.
Electricity sort of pulses through my entire body, and I'm just seizing on the floor for a moment before returning to normal, sort of dazed on the ground.
We all been there, brother.
So while he's like that, I look at Craig, the decapitated body, or the dead body of Craig,
It's just
and where are Gorbachev's tools?
Gorbachev's tools are going to be, like he's seizing on the ground. You can pretty easily access them.
I'm
No.
gonna try to take the
X's on the eyes.
I'm gonna try to take the tool that I think could unbolt this Craig off the wall, if I can.
All right.
So I'm sure I don't know what half of these tools do. So am I just kind of picking at random, or?
Give me just a straight D20 luck roll.
Okay. It's 16.
Yeah, you manage to you look at the sort of bolts on the wall, and you find a sort of like small ratchet, and you manage to unbolt Craig.
All right, cool. Guys, don't worry, I got him. We just got to get him another power source.
Wait, how big was Craig? Was he like a 4 foot donut?
I'll say a 4 foot 4 foot diameter. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
It's all right, guys.
Yes, I mean,
Okay, all right.
how do you expect to? You know, it took us 3 minutes and 7 seconds to climb down the ladder, right? Like, we're gonna have to climb back up with it if
But
you.
we can't leave Craig behind.
Wait.
This is home.
There's gotta be a spare somewhere. There's gotta be just like a spare blue vial. Like, let me check where he took the one out. Let me check where. I gotta check where he took the one out.
Give me an investigation check, Walter.
Yes.
Man, we are definitely not doing the thing we were supposed to be doing down here.
The lighting changed drastically. I had to move my laptop. It's a 6.
Oh, man.
Plus 6 plus. Get ready.
I
feel like it's a minus.
It's an 8.
Is it 8 total? Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
There's nothing back there. Like that was the only one.
God damn.
Hey guys, maybe there'll be another one somewhere, please. Can we?
After I sort of stand up and wipe off like the ash around my cheeks and face,
Yeah.
I claim that I never felt better, and then I start walking over to the husk of Craig again.
Well, I'm holding it currently. So.
Oh, you're holding Craig?
Yes.
Spin him around.
What? Okay.
Oh,
Do as I say.
I do.
I use the tools to open up what would be Craig's ass flap instead
Okay.
of his front.
Yeah,
And,
you got it.
And I reach in and try to find that backup vial that I know is in there because I can't get enough.
Oh no!
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you know it's in there. So you managed to grab it. There's a backup vial in there. It's the only one though.
Perfect.
Also, Gorbachev, you have thunder resistance for the next, I'll say like 12 hours.
Okay,
Hey,
sweet.
I'm gonna try to grab that from his hand right now.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
if
I
you're
got- oh,
if you're trying to grab it, Walter, that's that is a sleight of hand check versus Gorbachev's strength save. See if you can hold on to it.
All right. My
sleight of hand.
strength save was a 19.
18. Dang it!
Oh.
It's close. It's close. He almost is faster than you are, but you manage, like he grabs it, but you hold on to it, and you're like, and it's a very clear like a finger wag moment, right?
I look up into Walter's face and I say, "It is mine. I slayed the beast."
I'm gonna use Thorn Whip. And grab his arm and try to pull like his arm away from like just like as if he's like trying to start pouring. I grab the Thorn Whip and just like pull it away.
Okay.
What do you mean you slayed the beast? What are you talking about? You
Walter.
murdered this.
Thorn Whip. Is it versus a DC or is it versus is it an attack roll?
Attack.
I'm reading it right
I
now.
also think it's an attack roll.
Yeah, it's like a ranged or melee attack roll.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and roll that melee attack. It'll be plus your proficiency plus your you're a druid, right? Plus your wisdom, I believe.
Yeah.
Modifier.
And my armor class is 13.
Good thing I beat that. So 17.
Oh shit.
All right. Yeah. So you don't get the vial, but you stop. You manage to stop. Gorbachev, your arm is considered restrained. You
Yeah,
are restrained
okay.
right now.
And I say, "Of course I mean the beast. That is no mortal thing."
Well, yeah,
it just talked to us.
it just gained sentience like a day ago. It's no beast.
You can't
And
just
now-
kill it.
And now its blood courses through my veins.
What's wrong with you?
Does that make you a better human being?
Yeah, I don't understand what you were lying on the ground.
I grow more powerful by the minute, and
What?
despite the restraint, I just keep pulling with that arm as if I'm trying to keep drinking this vial.
Holy sh-
All right,
No.
so I'm gonna do one more contest between the two of you, and it's
Sure.
just gonna be athletics versus athletics. Whoever wins this
Okay.
gets what they want.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude, I have a +5 athletics.
Well,
No.
I'm a monk, man.
that's
Oh, but I rolled shit. Sorry.
I rolled a 13.
I only rolled a 10.
All right,
Oh my God.
Walter, you get the vial.
Walter, how dare you stop his cultural differences for yours?
I'm gonna
Because
go-
you're not from Campania, it doesn't mean that whatever might be normal here is not the same as in the foreign place where our new friend is from.
He did
Screw that
defeat the
culture. He
creature.
killed a man. He
Yeah,
killed
what are you
somebody.
guys
wasn't a
talking
man.
about? Craig is dead.
It wasn't
I
a
know
man.
I'm trying to go
I
on
mean,
the
it
path
was a-
of like social justice and all, but he killed something. Like,
You know, some things
I mean,
just
that's
aren't
not very.
black
I mean, it's not very uncommon for people to kill people. I mean, it just
he was
happens.
friendly. Where's the panel? Where's his panel?
Brother, it's the
He's-
circle of
Craig.
life.
He was
It's
kind of-
still open on the
he was-
front. Gorbachev never closed it, so it's still open in the front.
Is Craig still attached to the wall right now? Or
No,
is
I'm
he...
holding him.
Dorvis is
I've been
holding
hold-
Craig.
Okay, I'm gonna put the power source inside of the Craig right there, and into a spot where like a battery he would turn back on.
Okay. Did you watch how it came out? Be honest with me. Did
No,
Walter, you
I
did
did.
not.
I
Definitely.
Walt was
Oh,
not
no.
watching. He's gonna try to
Uh,
find
What have we done?
Give me a I guess it would be a sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
I feel like while Gorbachev was messing with that, Walter was definitely writing like, "I will not call Ken a lizard racial slur. I will not call Ken a lizard." His diary
Over and over again.
over and over again.
Dang it! My first roll was a 21. This is an 11.
Yeah, you managed to get it in there, but you don't actually connect it. So Craig is still dead for the time being. But it's in there.
I'm gonna start shaking Craig. Wake up, wake up. Is that athletics?
No, hold on. I'm just gonna do this for you.
I think there are
not
more
that one.
pieces loose in it than there were before.
Oh god.
I think you're just breaking Craig.
Yeah,
I
you don't.
think you-
He does not turn on after you finish shaking him.
Oh God, Craig!
Craig.
However,
Hey, I don't think that's supposed to fall out. That
you-
piece just
whenever
hit the
you
ground.
shake him, like you're like shaking him, like you're turning him all different ways to sort of like try to get him to work. And you notice a small like stamp in the brass around like the bottom like curvature of Craig that says CR-41/G. If damaged, return to Gira.
Guys, we can still fix him.
See, I knew that old lady was pulling my chain when she said, I
Blur
don't
stops
like
writing
her.
an obituary for Ken.
I don't like her.
All right,
Here
Craig.
lies Craig.
You stay right here. We'll come back for you.
No, I'm gonna hold on to this boy. I'm not gonna let him.
Okay.
All right,
He's
Vincent,
heavy.
You are considered encumbered, which means it's going to take
Yeah.
you twice as long to do anything.
This is the price you pay.
It's all-
So Gorbachev, how do you feel about the situation that has come about?
It is clear to me that the party really wants Craig alive. So I'm willing to get this thing back to Grandma, because I'm betting that whatever Craig can tell us is probably going to lead us to fixing this island and making it go faster.
All right.
So I'm pretty much down to keep moving on.
All right. So
I'm not going to try to grab the vial anymore.
okay, are you going to lead the group back to the ladder?
Yes, but I think I might still be restrained by the vine whip.
Walter.
I'd like go once I
Yeah.
got the.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you're
see.
good.
Yeah, then yeah. So So I take them back, or at least I attempt to take them back to the ladder. But this time I want to take a route that dodges the painting so they can not make fun of it.
All right, I'm gonna say it takes you about 30 minutes total to get back to the ladder. And here's where we're going to get our second suggestion from the audience. You guys, as always, whenever an extended period of time sort of passes, you get an opportunity to talk about a subject. But this subject is going to be determined by the audience. So once again, same procedure as before. Chase and I are going to watch our chats. At the bottom count of 3, you're going to post something, and we're going to read the first one that comes up, okay? So 3, 2, 1. Put something in chat. Whichever one pops up first is the one we're going to go for. Go, 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 go.
Go, 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 go. Okay,
Go, power.
come on.
Forest.
I got Forest, yes.
You know,
Not all at once,
So,
please.
Contorla, this is all you, right?
I really love the forest. I mean, the desert was terrible. I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. But
Fuck off.
the forest, there's grass and trees, and I mean, and just it's just easier tracking your prey when you're there. I mean, when you're in the desert, there's just
you're a hunter. So you hunt.
yes, yeah. I mean, yes,
Well,
in
yeah,
a sort.
Okay, yeah. What's in season? What season do you usually go out for? Like, what do you? Because I mean, I'm trying to extend my mind. Like I've heard stories in my youth, terrible stories about lizard folk, dragonborn people like yourself, not lizard folk. I gotta be clear here. That would kill people. Now you see, I'm sure that's not the case with someone like you, because I really doubt, like, because I want to learn more. I want to be better. So you surely don't kill people.
Are you talking about a hobby or a profession?
I mean, I guess it was irrelevant to the stories I was told. We were told about scary dragonborn monsters who killed little children when they didn't go to bed. So, like, I
mean, I never killed a child before. I mean.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's. Sure. Okay. I'm just pulling your leg, Cat, and I give him a little knock on the shoulder.
Just.
Walter, you remember when I told you not to talk about certain things about race?
No, I mean, it's
one of those things.
It's not a racial thing. I mean, it's dragons are a terrifying creature in the land, and the fact that dragon people live kind of puts off a bad name for us. So,
Wait,
but
hold
I
on.
mean,
You don't have wings.
You were like one of the messed up ones they just shoot off. That's how dragon.
Wait, so a dragonborn is a dragon person?
just pulling my fin that's covering my eye just like further down. Just grab.
I like the idea that just now Dorvis like put 2 and 2 together. That was like, hold on, whoa. We were talking about dragons here, and dragons have wings.
We've been with this guy for like a week, and you're now just hitting that.
Yeah, I mean, some dragonborns are able to ascend to growing wings, but I mean, the average dragonborn does not.
So you haven't ascended?
I mean, no. No.
What does it take to get ascended?
I imagine you have skills somewhere else too, like they can fly, and you can.
I can breathe poison.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I mean, that is pretty, in case you ever end up in a bunch of. Oh, you mean breathe out poison, not like.
Yeah,
like
not in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
okay, that makes more
like,
sense.
I mean,
I feel like anyone could breathe in poison. It's
Yeah.
a matter of how
Yeah, I guess you're
good
right.
they feel after.
That's why I was amazed. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, I am conditioned for poison to not affect me as much, but I mean, yes, I can breathe out poison like in a good bit of area. Yeah,
What?
It's,
Well, wow.
What color are you?
What
color
are you?
Green. Green. It's like,
Walter Tang.
it was no that was I don't think that was an in character
was in
question.
character.
You would be able to tell.
Walter Tang is looking for his action cards.
The X is blurred out.
Roll perception for color.
Oh, Ken.
But yes, I mean,
Tang already did his
equals-
racist tirade. That's enough for this one.
I mean,
Yeah, we can't. We can't. Okay, that's gonna be it for that. You guys are at the ladder. Congratulations, you made it. Woo!
Yay!
Oh, I'm ready to-
And all it took was that. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys are at the ladder. Gorbachev's already going up. Walter, you're gonna have a bit of trouble on the ladder, carrying Craig up. So this time you guys listen to Snake Eater twice on the way up. At the end of about 7 minutes, you get up, and Walter, by the time you're up there, you are like pooped. You know, like it is.
So, I put Craig down. I just like lie down because I'm tired.
Yeah. And Grandma is just sitting there drinking her coffee, watching as everyone like climbs up the ladder. Walter, you're like pretty much dead on the ground.
As I get to the top of the ladder, I say, "Grandmama, we need your help."
Oh, what seems to be the matter there, Gorbachev?
We have found this donut-shaped beast. It lurks deep within the halls of your machine.
His name's
Bring
Craig.
him over here.
It's Craig. His name is Craig.
And she sort of like looks. She looks at the stamp at the bottom.
Donut machine.
She looks at the stamp at the bottom and she says, CR41G. This is one of our gaskets for channeling steam through to the power source of the machine. And what seems to be the problem with it?
He's
Gorbachev
dead.
drank his soul. He drank it. I watched
we
him
have
do it.
Wait,
We have a
hold up.
spare. We have a spare.
We have a spare soul. It's in here.
She already has the panel open. She's already like messing with things, and suddenly Craig's eyes flick open, and he goes, "Oh, I have seen God."
How did I look?
I deem you Craig the Undying. That is your new name.
Oh, I like this. Where am I? This is not my home. Who are you, old lady? And Grandma is going to look and be like, "Oh dear, I seem to see what the problem is here."
yes, obviously the machine is talking.
Yeah. And wait. That's guys. Is that a problem?
I mean,
mean-
problems are relative, y'all.
It was, relative to the fact that it's not supposed to be sentient. Yes, it's kind of a problem. I mean, I'm not saying Craig is a problem. I'm
Oh, you
just
better
saying-
not be.
I'm not. I'm just saying that something or someone bringing the pieces of this the dragon horse to life is making them move and not be in the place they're supposed to be.
How did you know that my island was called the Dragon Horse?
Gorbachev,
Forgive me, Grandmama. I let slip the secrets.
he
Oh,
has a beautiful
Gorbachev, it is
painting down
okay.
there.
Grandma. I want to be clear here. So Craig has been alive for about a day and a half. When did the problems in your ship start?
That seems to follow in line with the timeline of when things started to go wrong.
See, I mean, relative. Problems are relative.
But now that I know what the problem is, and then, Grandma sort of like spreads her arms wide, and like a bunch of so like, you know the Iron Spider, like how it has like the limbs that sort of like come out of the backpack that it wears.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Yes.
that. Except for it's a bunch of like mechanical like
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
tools
yeah,
and
the
stuff like
Marvel
that sort of
thing,
come out. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
And she says, "Be back in a jiffy," and like skitters
Wait.
down the line, and like literally like 2 minutes later, Craig's like, "Where did the?" And then like she comes back up, and she goes, "All fixed. I installed a new gasket."
Why did?
Both.
And you all feel like a lurch
Both.
as like the island starts like move at full speed again.
both times that her arms come out and when she pops back up, I pull out both my short swords because I still don't trust this old lady.
Yeah.
Like I pull them both out and just like.
Wait, it just now occurs to Walter that she's a tiefling, and he kind of steps back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh.
Oh no. Oh, absolutely not. Okay. She doesn't seem to take offense to this. And Craig says, "Oh, I see. So all along you are not as you appeared." Obviously. And Grandma says, "Now then, one little bit of business to get down to with all of you here. For your Grandma, because I've been such a gracious host for you, you are not to speak of anything that you have found on this island. Sound good?"
Oh.
Yes,
But
yes,
why?
ma'am.
I mean, the apples were pretty delicious. I might talk about
Well,
those.
The cookies were also really tasty.
Oh, I loved the tea. The tea was
Can
great.
we not talk about the stuff under the hole, or just any and all of it?
Do not make me regret bringing you on this island.
I kneel in front of Grandma and I say, "You have my word."
So,
Brooke,
Gran,
Brooke does the same, but doesn't do it right at all.
Oh.
so Grandma,
Walter immediately falls prostate because he's terrified of
You-
tieflings now.
you accused me of believing in like child stories when I brought up Gira. Yet on the bottom of that
His name is Craig.
Craig, sorry, it said return to Gira if ever damaged. Are you?
Believe
You,
me, young scaled one. I am not a proponent of children's stories, and Gira is certainly a child's tale for children. However, there is always
But
some truth to
usually-
the tales.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
And she says,
Okay.
"Now, I believe that you have been guests in my house for long enough. You may leave. The ladder has already descended, and bring that newfound life with you."
Craig.
And she says,
Craig?
Well,
"Actually,
come on, Craig.
1 second." And she goes over to Craig, and she, opens the panel, and she, reaches in and presses a button, and arms and legs, really spindly arms and legs pop out of, Craig's side. And he goes, "Ha! You have gifted me mobility. I shall never forget you, Grandma.
I thought Craig was
Mademoiselle.
never alive.
Ma mère."
This just reminds me of the bagel from Sausage Party.
Oh no.
It is sort of similar to that, I'll say. But Gira says, "Now go. I grow tired of your company.
Are we?
Be
Are we
good,
still in the
children."
middle of the desert, or are we back?
Yeah, wait, are we
near
still in the
the
middle of the
coast?
desert?
Outside now."
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. When I walk
Alright.
out.
All right.
Gorbachev, your time with
Yeah.
me is over. Consider your contract fulfilled. Go with these people.
Very well, Grandma. And then I head out the door with the rest of the party.
All right. So whenever you guys head out, you realize that you are floating over a very large city.
Oh.
A
I'm
very
alright with
large
cities,
city.
too.
And it people are milling about, sort of going about their business in the streets below. You're sort of on the outskirts, so there's not a lot of people, but they are not looking up at this island at all. It is not even crossing their mind that there's a giant floating windmill above them.
This-
Hello down there.
One person sort of glances around, looks up, and then just shakes their head and just sort of goes back. There you go, Brendan. That's exactly right. But they go about their
Brooke's
business.
journal is all we need to know what everything looks like is Brooke Pendleton II's journal.
And sure enough, the ladder is down. And it's sort of it's very clear that it is time to leave.
Before
Go
we
down the ladder.
before I go down the ladder, can I try and make some sort of check to identify what city this is going to be before we land?
Sure, yeah. Give me a history check real quick.
Okay. 10.
I'll say the city's popular enough that 10 makes it. This is the capital city of Grindel. It is known as the town of Causeway. Causeway sits on the eastern coast of Grindel, pretty much on the opposite side of Tilvistown. And it serves as like a main port to the rest of like the continent that is Grindel, the continent country that is Grindel. So it's sort of like an analog to, I guess, like Waterdeep. So yeah, it's that sort of town. Yeah. So Gorbachev, have you ever been here before, or have you just like heard of Causeway?
I have only heard tales of Causeway.
Has anyone in the party been to Causeway before?
I haven't.
Brooke and
I
Kintorla
haven't.
have. Okay. So Kintorla, why don't you just for my sake tell me what were you doing in Causeway?
Okay. Well, I was doing a little bit of, let's call it political intrigue
Okay.
while I was in the city. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
just
Yeah.
leave it at that.
Yeah, sounds good. So I'll say that you have a contact in this city. You can determine who that contact is as we sort of go. Brooke,
Alright.
what about you? What were you doing in Causeway?
I was here during a summer abroad I was helping out a local alchemist with herbs and the like.
All right.
I was a sage for him.
That's your contact in the city. All right.
Okay.
All right. So the ladder's down. Gorbachev, you've done what you needed to do. You let people know that like, hey, you know, this is Causeway. And do you guys go down the ladder?
I
Yeah.
say, next stop, Causeway. And I begin to do that really cool slide where you sort of are holding on to the edges of the ladder and you just go
Oh,
down
no.
really, really quick.
All
Okay.
the way down.
Yo, that's rope burn.
That is gonna be pretty massive rope burn
That's
there.
a pretty.
Gorbachev.
pretty
How
long way
massive
down.
we
That's
talking?
like a quarter mile down.
Yeah, it's a pretty long distance.
I
I mean,
take
it's gonna
breaks
look
in between
badass.
where right before it starts to hurt, I just grab the ladder
It'll look-
and rest. And then I go and then I grab the ladder and rest. I go.
You're still gonna take 3 fire damage from the rope
I
burn.
am taking so much damage.
I need healing.
When we hit the floor, someone show me to a doctor or a priest.
I like how your accent's somewhere between like South African and like Russian.
It is the accent of Campania.
Nice. So you all make it down in your own fashions and times. Gorbachev, your hands are pretty raw by the time you get to the bottom, even with the brakes.
I have
Gorbis,
destroyed my gloves.
you are the last one down, just like you were the last one up. And everyone sort of makes it into the town of Causeway. You're on the outskirts. So Causeway is arranged in a series of like rings, which sort of go inward. And the outermost ring is sort of the slums of Causeway. And as you move inward, it sort of becomes like a higher stature, and is also like physically built up more. So it makes like the big sort of cone going up. Right now you guys are on like the outskirts, the alleys, the slums, but like
Alright,
nobody here is like particularly like not well off. Causeway is sort of like famously almost like socialist in economic structure, so everyone has something, but some people have more than others, right? It's almost like an oligarchical socialism.
Before we continue any further, I'm gonna have to, duck off into an alley and.
What is this? What do you
Yeah.
sneeze? You need to sneeze?
I don't know Dragonborn sign language whatsoever.
You, know, wash,
You
you, know, wash
you
your face.
remember I was telling you how people were kidnapped
Racist.
me and
Oh.
well, yes, that happens, but kidnapped
also
me
true
and
sometimes.
sold me to Swift. You remember I said that?
Yeah.
It was after my political debacles here in Causeway.
Oh.
Yeah, so I need to put on the disguise, kind of.
Good.
Another identity I have. So then I'm gonna go off to into an alley and take off my backpack. I'm gonna look at Walter and Dorvis, and while I do that, I'm pulling out of my backpack a false tail, and while I'm looking at them, I'm like, don't say a goddamn word.
I look like at Walter, just like.
Walter's goddamn mind. Walter is like, but you said and he. But that's not. I thought, and now he's just like his new social justice for your mind is falling apart. Like he doesn't know what.
Don't say a word.
Alright.
And I'm basically take my fin down. Get
On the other side.
I'm a basically put my hood up, tuck my fin underneath it to where it's not showing, and just look like a lizard folk with the false tail at the back.
Yeah. Sounds good. I just want to point out that my buddy Travis in chat, who's like one of my moderators, just put, I feel like Gorbachev constantly has the shocked Pikachu face after doing irresponsible things. And I couldn't agree more.
That's the vibe. Man.
Yeah.
That's the exact vibe. So I want to walk up to Dorvis.
Okay.
If he's not distracted.
All right, yeah.
Dorvis, the damnedest thing has happened.
What's going on?
I seem to have left my health potions at the top of the ladder.
Oh.
Well, that's just too bad.
Well, the only thing I have really is this what used to be a health potion, but is now just a vial of air.
I see.
But it's
Wait.
It's really
vintage
aged
air. We could probably.
It is. I
sell it.
also have this vintage air too that I poured out a health potion for.
How many vintage air do you have?
I think it's just these two.
Just these two.
Yeah.
Let's find a shop that sells these healing potions and maybe see if we can strike up a trade.
I
Right.
used to work at the place, a place that sells healing potions. If you want to swing by there, might be able to cut us a deal, maybe. I used to work for.
Alright.
I did a little internship with the guy that works there.
So this is what we're gonna do, okay, guys? For Causeway, to sort of bookend this stream, everybody's gonna get one thing, like one event, whether it's solo or with the group, that they get to spearhead. And we're gonna go through each of the scenarios as they sort of go, and hopefully we'll find a good wrapping up point by the time we get through it all. So and that includes me. I'm gonna have an event happens as well. So we're gonna roll and try to keep it to about 5 minutes or so for the event to happen. But you get to decide whatever it is that you want to do. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. So the way that's ordered on my stream is it's me, then Justin, then Michael, Chase, then Vincent, then Brendan, right? So I'm gonna give each of us a number on a D6. I'm gonna roll it, and then I'm gonna strike that number out, right?
Sure.
So I'm gonna be 1, Justin's gonna be 2, Michael's gonna be 3, Chase is gonna be 4, Vincent's gonna be 5, and Brendan's gonna be 6. So it's my event first.
Yes.
So this is gonna be
The DM is always right.
The DM is always right. So the event that's going to happen first is as you guys are sitting in this alley, someone is going to like a cowled figure. Let's see who's going to be the one that actually notices. I think it's going to be Brooke. It is in fact going to be Brooke. Brooke, you notice that somebody's been watching you this whole time. Smaller in stature, very thin, cloaked, can't really see the face. But has been watching since you descended from the ladder.
I'm gonna stop walking with the group and kind of turn and give them the
being very obvious about it.
yeah.
The stink eye.
I want to say right now, Walter's been very cautious this whole time in this urban environment.
Okay.
He's been...
I'll say that it gives you that gives you enough to where you also notice this figure. especially whenever Brooke turns around and looks, you like catch on. And with both of you sort of looking at this figure, the figure turns on its heel and walks away, but a little piece of parchment floats down from underneath its cloak.
I'm gonna go get it.
I mean, yeah. I watch him do that.
Okay.
I say,
So you grab the piece of paper, Brooke.
Dangling the adventure hook is like.
Yeah. So Brooke, you find a piece of
says
paper.
adventure.
Social.
It's going to have a symbol on it, and I hope that the camera's going to pick this up whenever I draw it. And Chase and Vincent, as people, you are not allowed to say anything about this. Okay?
As players.
Yeah, as
You're
players.
not allowed to.
Okay.
Right.
but
No
as
meta.
characters.
No meta.
Yeah, no meta. Just like that. Thanks, Michael.
And
I
it looks,
can't even see
I
what
need
it
to.
could be.
I need to. Yeah, I know, right? I
Wow,
need
look
to.
at that symbol. Oh,
I need
man.
to. Give
Oh,
me a
no.
second,
Holy
okay?
cow!
Uh,
Wow.
That symbol, man.
So
wow.
this is roughly what it looks
Wow.
like. There's a bit more details I'm going to add into it later, but it is. Can you see that?
Oh,
It's like an eye with a 1 in it.
it's a
Yeah,
clock?
something like that. I'm going to upload an image.
Striking 12. Okay.
Like I said, so that's what you see, Brooke, and that's what you see, Walter. If Chase and Vincent, the people, don't remember what that is, that's good.
I might,
but you have both seen that symbol before. I know for a fact that both of you people have. But that's the symbol on the parchment, and the thing underneath it says, the eyes of the multiverse are watching.
Sounds like a conspiracy
Oh.
to me. I don't know.
Spooky.
That sounds like a conspiracy to me, man.
Sounds like fake news, honestly.
What are you guys
Sounds
doing
like
back
people
there?
on Twitch are watching us play.
Boy, wouldn't that be weird? What the hell is Twitch? What the?
And good. And then you hear a tiny voice says, "Oh, I hope you have not forgotten about me. What are you two doing?
Oh,
We have to
okay.
go."
Oh yeah, we gotta go.
Oh, I almost forgot about you, Craig.
Does Craig get an event?
Craig does not get an event. But
Craig-
that's gonna
Craig's
be my
event is Glenn's event. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna bring. What if I bring Craig along for my event?
It was the eyes of the multiverse are on you
Are
watching.
watching you.
or watching you. Okay.
And that's gonna be my event. So let's see who's next. Next is going to be Justin.
All right. Okay. So, I guess I'm going to see if I can just, I guess, sneak away from the party.
Oh.
Go ahead and I will say that there is a time over the next like 24 hours where you can get away from the party without having to sneak away.
Okay. Okay.
So this event will happen during that time.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So, Ken is then going to go to his contact that he has there.
Okay. Tell me about this contact.
All right. So, contact is an employer that I had, and it's kind of in the same area that we just were, and a bit more of the shady area.
Okay.
And it's I walk up and there's a slit in the door. The slit opens and there's just a pair of eyes there, and I whisper the secret passage of I don't know, the tree. If the tree falls and nobody hears, does it actually fall? I don't know.
Does it
So
actually fall?
if the tree falls and nobody hears, does it actually fall?
The password has been spoken.
They just butcher a saying, and it's like, yes.
Yeah, man. I guess so. I don't know.
Okay.
The perfect cover.
All right.
So, the eyes sort of look at you for a second, and they go wide, and then, like, the slit shuts, and then, like, you're left outside for a couple of seconds, like, a couple of, like, really tense seconds, as, like, and then you hear the sort of, bar slide over, and the door opens up for you. And standing in the doorway, you see your former employer, named, Grayson McCullough. Who is also a Dragonborn. But a copper Dragonborn. And he sort of eyes you and he goes, "Now, Kentorla, this is a face I was not expecting to see today. Get in here before you're found out."
All right, I follow in. Yeah, Grayson, I don't mean to spend too much time here. I'm just informing you that I may have some interesting artifacts that you might be intrigued in.
What sort of artifacts are we talking here, Kentorla?
Not the kind that I have at the moment, but
Then
I can
why
get
are
it.
you wasting my time?
I'm just giving you a heads up.
I'll tell you what. You got 48 hours. You know where to find me. Bring those artifacts, and we're going to talk. Sound good?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Get out and keep your head low.
All right.
All right,
Damn.
and that's going to be your event?
Uh-huh.
All right, sounds good. Let's see who's next. Oh my god. Next is going to be Brendan.
Woo!
Oh no.
Oh boy.
He sounds excited.
Yeah. The second I decided I had a contact here, I decided to come with the most ridiculous name possible.
Good.
Oh no.
So Brooke takes charge after hearing that Gorbachev didn't have any health potions. Hey, don't worry, y'all. I'll find a place that can sell us health potions for sure. And after a couple of minutes walking through the streets of Causeway, Brooke leads everyone to Humble Grundle's Bundle of Mumbles and Herbs.
Humble
And
Herbs.
Grundle's
There's
bundle. What?
Of
Humble
Mumbles.
bundle of bumbles.
Mumbles.
Oh, mumbles. Sorry.
You're
And
good.
herbs.
But it's like an ellipses, like 3 dots and herbs.
Gotcha.
you are a master navigator.
I know where I'm going. And as we open the door, we see, of course, my old friend, Humble Grundle, who's a stout halfling with he's kind of aged to the point where his forehead hangs over his eyes a little bit, so he always looks like Cotton Hill. He's got like the closed eye look a little bit.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, Humble Grundle, it's been 3 years if it's been a day.
Now, Brooke Pendleton, I wasn't expecting you to walk into my humble shop of mumbles.
I know. That's why it's a pleasant surprise.
Oh, this is the most pleasant surprise I've had all day. What can I do for you?
Well, an acquaintance of mine is looking for potions of the healing variety. I know old Humble Grumble is always cooking up some health potions for sure.
Are we talking about health potions or are we talking about health potions? For that problem you always used to have.
Oh, Humble Grumble, you.
Oh, I
Don't
got
do that.
pulling your leg, Brooke. I got health potions in the back. You know where to find them.
This is why we come. It's not for the quality of the products, but for the service.
And I always
am
have
also
service with a
interested in
smile.
herbs.
Oh my god.
So good.
All right, Jim. Here's a place that you need to be to buy health potions.
Well, Gorbachev, I guess the floor is yours.
I mean,
Very
anyone
well.
who needs it, yeah, go ahead, dude.
I have 10 silver pieces. How many of your health potions can I get with this?
Oh, 10 silver pieces? I didn't know we had a high roller coming in here. Those health potions are gonna be 5 copper apiece. They're gonna do the trick. They're gonna fix you up right nicely. And like you pick up one of the health potions, and you're not convinced that it's just it might honestly just be like whiskey.
Brooke leans over
Can
to
I-
him. Believe me when I say that's some of the best stuff in town you'll ever get.
I want to pop the top and give it a big whiff and maybe make a medicine check.
Yeah, go make a medicine check for me.
Okay.
Oh,
It came out to be a 9. No, sorry, a 10. I have a +2.
Can I help him with that? I'm proficient in medicine.
Announce that before the roll.
Okay, cool.
So you take a big whiff of it, and you're like,
Mhm.
boy, howdy, is that just whiskey?
Oh,
Oh, I made that myself. I think you're gonna like it a lot. Gets you right fixed up, if you know what I mean. Makes you numb to all the pain.
I look Humble Grundle right in the eyes and I say, I'll take 10.
Oh no.
You got it, buddy. Let me get some more from the back. And Humble Grundle's gonna hobble over to like a door in the back and like shove it open. Like there's clearly shit like all like blocking the door. He like bodily shoves it open, and is like comes back with like 5 more bottles. Like sets them down on the counter. And he goes, "Now then, sir, that's gonna come out to be let's see, about 5 silver if you don't mind."
All right. I pay Humble Grundle 5 silver pieces and I've got 5 silver left.
All right.
I'm gonna scoot over to Brooks in the back, just nudge him like, "Hey man, do you spice?
Oh no.
Oh,
Like this place got the hook."
hey, Hubble Grubble, how about some of that old famous house brewer spice you got? You know, the good stuff.
Brooke, you know if I give you that, you're gonna have to hand me your sobriety coin.
Oh.
Brooke pulls out the sobriety coin along with what he knows, however much the spice is.
You madman.
It's
You
I'm
absolute
in
legend.
For a good time, not a long time, brother.
Oh.
Now, let me see that sweet, sweet spice.
he takes the coin and he's gonna take 3 gold from you, 3 gold pieces from you.
Oh, I don't know if I have that much. Equipment. I have 10
Yeah, so
silver pieces.
you have 10
Oh,
silver.
no.
Gold.
No,
Wait,
should
no,
we-
10 gold.
Out
Yeah,
one
yeah.
way.
It says,
So
it
you're
says
down.
SP for
Yeah, it's gonna bring you down to 7 then. But that's enough for you and Ken.
all right.
And Humble Grundle's gonna go, "All right, Brooke, now you know the deal. If the feds come a knocking, snitches get stitches."
Humble Grundle,
That didn't even rhyme at all. Humble
I've
Grumble.
been-
That's fine, because your entire name rhymes with itself. So
I'm well aware of the consequences for your delicious spice.
Out of character, is this whole town just one big underground operation?
No, absolutely not. This is specifically Humble Grundle. All right, so Humble Grundle's gonna go, "All right, now you got what you came here for. Get out, and don't let the door hit you where you don't want it to." He's really bad at coming up with like rhymes whenever it's not the name of his store. So
yes, Humble Grundle is the one.
I love
that's
it.
really bad.
I love it. I love it. It's
All right.
like it's like his nephew came up with the name. He's like, "That's
Yeah.
a great idea," and
and then he's just like so bad at it.
just writing it. It's like, yeah.
All right, so we have 3 more possibilities for the next event. Gorbachev, I hate to tell you, but those health potions are gonna do more harm than good, like mechanically.
Oh, I
But-
heard that.
But you're going to have a good time with them, okay?
Nothing wrong
Oh,
with going
no
over the hall.
doubt. No doubt.
So Walter, it's gonna be your event next.
I think Walter's realized it's about time to buy some shoes. So he's gonna go.
Excellent.
Uh,
So you're gonna go to
He's
the
a-
town like the cobbler, right?
The cobbler, yeah, wearing trousers, a cape, and no. He wants to get some I think he's decided it's time to get some articles of clothing. You know.
Okay.
He's
Be like a
he's been
real
a
human
bald-
being.
Ken is really intrigued and just wants to see what shoe shopping is like. So
Yeah,
he's
no, he
definitely
brings
definitely
Ken-
tagging along because
Okay.
like I'll
Um,
shoe shop for someone else because I can't shoe shop for myself.
all right. So the cobbler, there's a couple of cobblers in town. We'll say that there's let's say that there's 3, and they fall into the sort of poor, moderate, and rich sort of like areas of the city. So which one are you gonna go visit?
Put up
I
the
think-
moderate.
The
Oh
moderate.
wait. Oh, what
I
do you
was-
think, Ken? What do you
I
think?
was, I mean, I'd like to look at the real fancy shoes, just see what there is out there.
Oh
You know, I think that might be fun.
I mean, yeah, sure. We can always just window shop. Let's check it out. Let's check it out.
So you go to a shop, Bozeman's Boots and Accessories.
Ooh.
And it is a really nice place. It is like really just like something very, very impressive. Like we're talking about having boots. In fact, I'll tell you what happens. I'll tell you exactly what happens. This is going to set the stage better than anything I could describe. Walter, you walk in the front door, and the person you can assume is Bozeman is going to take one look at you and go, "Get out of my store."
Oh.
Well, I'd like to buy some shoes, though. That's the thing. And you have a lot of shoes, and I have a surprising lack of them.
I know
that
cape. That cape does not belong to you.
I walk out.
Ken's gonna be kind of just like a child looking at the window and looking at all these boots. Like, look at these ones. These ones have fur on them, and like, look. While you're walking out, I don't know if you're in a rush, but
Oh yeah, I was.
oh yeah, I'm just gonna be like, hey, Walter, I'm gonna like grab you. Look at those ones. Look at them right there. And those ones, those ones are.
Hold on 1 second here. Do you know Swift Johansson, the famous soup
I'm-
producer?
I'm walking. I'm walking out. I'm walking out.
But Walter, wait.
Nope. I don't. Nope.
Oh
All
man.
right. Okay, I'm just gonna follow behind, just a quick nod to the owner and rush off after Walter.
All right.
Okay, let's set the moderate. Let's set the moderate. Hit up the
Okay, so you
moderate.
hit the moderate. The moderate's going to be a place that's called Boot Caravan.
These ones have boots too. I always wanted a pair of boots.
So Boot Caravan is run by a half orc by the name of
Oh,
yeah, I know, right? His name's going to be Jackie Carlton. So Jackie Carlton, you walk in the door, and he goes, let me see, what sort of voice would Jackie have? He goes, "Hey now, welcome into the Boot Caravan, where we are bringing in deals every day." And he's gonna like bring you over. "I know exactly what you want. I see your fashion sense. Come over here with me." And he brings you over to a stand that has white like boots on it with gold trim, sort of matching your cape.
hell yeah! I wanna. How much do these cost?
Well, those are gonna run you up about 5 gold. Best deal in town. You're not gonna find boots of better quality than every other one here at the Boot Caravan. I promise you, my name is Jackie Carlton, best salesman that you've ever seen.
Hell yeah, Jackie! I wanna high five him.
He graciously accepts your high five.
Yeah. All right. I'm taking these. I give him 5 gold. I want these
Oh.
boots.
Hey, another deal under the belt of Jackie Carlton. And what about you, good sir? Let me see. Do I have anything in the lizard folk variety? And he's gonna like go to the back and come back with it almost looks like a duck's foot. You know, like it's webbed in the middle and sort of like big enough for like a claw to fit into.
And he goes, I just got these in. You know, them lizard folk are coming around here, starting to invade our city a little bit, taking all of our jobs. But hey, I cater to whoever's paying me the most money.
Wait, hold on.
That terminology is a bit aggressive.
Hold on.
Whoa, now, hey, I just speak the parlance of the times. That's all I do. You know, it's oh god, what year? Oh, it is 1010 AGE, all right? All sorts of people are living around here.
Have I met you before? Like I've met someone like you.
Hold on a second.
You seem kind
I feel
of
like you guys have
That's
probably
not
joined
the
like
Walter Tang, is it?
a group.
Oh yeah, it is.
I saw you in that play. What
Oh,
was
no.
it? Hedwig and
So
the Angry
me
Elf.
too.
Yeah, man, you played an elf better than the elf could.
I walk out.
Holy shit.
What are the? I mean, I really appreciate it, but like, I really like wiggling my toes, and my friend just, well, my companion just left, so thank you, and he just kind of bow his head and just kind of like,
Yeah.
looking back a few times at the shoes, but then just pushing forward
You hear
after
him.
Walter.
You hear him mutter something about scales under his breath as you walk out without buying anything.
Oh, I'm stopping. Wow. Excuse me. Did you just say something?
Me? No, I'm just minding my own business. That's what I'm doing here. Jackie Carlton, best salesman in town, just minding his own business. That's what he's doing.
Well, how about you mind your damn business some more? All right.
And then you turn and walk away at that.
And then I'm gonna turn and walk away.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. So that's gonna do it for Walter's grand adventure, Walter and Ken's grand adventure.
Oh god.
And this is gonna be Chase Dorvis. Dorvis is your turn,
Okay,
and then
cool.
we're gonna end it up with Gorbachev.
All right, Dorvis wants to go find a church.
A church?
Yes.
What kind of church, Dorvis?
The closest one he can find.
All right. So we're gonna call this a church to.
Can I suggest you find the church that Gorbachev? I mean, I'm just another player here talking, but like, I want to learn about this guide. Like,
Well, I don't know who his god is, so
that's a good point. Yeah. So
Do you-
maybe
Oh,
what-
actually,
what
no.
makes-
First things first, I'm gonna talk to Gorbachev. Gorbachev, I have a question for you. Oh, he's got that vacant stare again.
He's thinking, really, he's meditating.
Yeah, he's
isn't he?
meditating a
That's
little
what-
bit right now.
He does that a lot.
I'm sorry, I came out a little quietly, but I tried to say. Hit me with anything, brother.
Do you worship any gods or anything?
For me, my spiritual journey has put me on the path of righteousness, but not through a deity, a mentor, a man who's alive even today.
Oh, well, who would that be?
His name is Koroniche. He is the Crimson Painter. I have been following his teachings for quite some time.
Now-
So he doesn't have like a church or anything.
When you say crimson, do you mean blood?
If you need more information about the Crimson Painter, perhaps I can tell you a little bit about it.
Well, I just
Yeah,
have,
but it's
I just
is
gotta
it
go
like-
to a church. That's all I gotta do.
yeah, like a house of worship maybe, or is this like a remote worship thing? Do y'all do this by yourselves? Like,
I can lead you there, but the path might be treacherous.
no, is it? I mean, why do y'all always talk in these riddles, man? It's just a city.
Is it in the city or?
The Crimson Painter's followers exist in every group of people.
All
You will
right,
find
this
one
is-
among many everywhere you go.
Hold on, Gorbachev. I have seen the face of God, and I am the only one here who has died, no?
I guess you're right.
All
Craig.
right.
What did your god look like?
He was hard to describe. He.
I can't believe I'm about to do what I'm about to do, but it's I have to say yes to myself.
He had a green shirt on. And he wore strange coverings over his ears. And it was as if he dictated everything that went on in this world.
That's insane.
Did he
I
have
am
a
just
weird
telling you
voice?
what I saw, no? He took direction from the masses. And with a gentle hand, moved all of our stories along.
That's
How
so
poetic
weird.
of you,
Listen,
Craig.
Very poetic.
Very narratively pleasing.
Craig, I apologize for not believing that you were but a beast earlier. It is clear to me. There is an artist inside you.
Why,
So,
thank you, Gorbachev. I may have been wrong about you, too.
So later that day, whenever I am only with, I have a chance to leave the group, I'm gonna go to a church.
Okay.
that was wild.
So I'm gonna say that Gorbachev and Dorvis, this is your sort of your side thing. Gorbachev, you get your own in a second, but you're tagging along with Dorvis to a church.
All right. I just gotta find one.
Do you know the way?
I do not. What have you done?
I'm upset. That's it.
What have you done?
No, that's over a year old. I don't know how you.
Go on, get through the adventure,
We
Dorvis.
should
Oh, yeah,
ask
yeah, so-
Royal.
I mean, I find the nearest guy. Hey, is there a church nearby or anything?
The guy goes, well, yeah, there's the Church of the Crimson Painter, like right there, and he like points across
Wait.
the road, and it's like this church, and it has like really nice paintings in red on it. And he's
I thought
like,
you said there wasn't. What?
he's like, yeah, no, like really, like a lot of us worship there. Like there's like in my friend group, there's like a couple of us, but I think there's like somebody in just about every friend group. Be careful though. The road is sort of like broken along there, so like don't step in a pothole, and like it's kind of treacherous. Just like be careful about it, all right?
Well,
Did I lie to you, brother?
I guess not. Let's go.
It is written in the holy texts that the road will be treacherous, and there's like one of us in every friend group.
Well, I think I'm willing to take the journey.
Come with me.
So you
And
guys,
I think we head inside the Church of the Crimson Painter, Koro Nietzsche.
yeah. So. Let me write that down real quick. All right, cool. So, you guys make it in. There's like a priest that is currently working on like a magnificent painting, like just beautiful, beautiful painting. All of it in red, but somehow expressing different tones and colors and depth, despite not having a sort of color gradient to work with. Really masterful work. And as he sort of turns around, Dorvis, you recognize the familiar face of a certain Toric.
Toric!
And he like turns around, he has those like circle glasses on that poets have, and he sort of looks and he goes, "Oh my god, is that Dorvis?"
It's been ages.
Oh, yes, it has, brother. Come on in. I'm sorry, I'm working on a piece right now for the city of Causeway, but what can I do for you? What brings you into my humble abode while I'm here?
No, it looks amazing. Wow, just every time I see your paintings, they just get better and better. Sorry, I just came to get things off my chest, is all.
Hey, man, I will bring you right into the confessional booth. Excuse me, sir. Would you wait for just a moment? I have my holy duties to perform.
Of course. I will wait here while you take my friend away.
All right. So, Dorvis, you're gonna get brought to an area that has like two red squares like drawn in like an outline, and there's no other privacy. It's like literally 10 feet away from where Gorbachev is. And he goes,
We are now in a safe space. This right here, safe space. I've outlined it for you and everything. You can say whatever's on your chest, Dorvis.
I am definitely like pretending I'm not listening to this conversation.
Are you?
Like-
Are you? Toric, I mean, I trust you, but are you sure?
Hey.
No one can.
If you trust me, brother, that's all you need.
All right. Yeah. Toric, I'm glad I'm the one kind of, confessing to you, because, I mean, I could just be confessing to some god, but I mean, at least it's a friend,
Oh, of course. And don't worry. After this, I'm going to confess to you, too. That's how this
Oh.
works.
Oh, great.
So go ahead. You get 3, I get 3.
3. I only need 1.
Well, then hit it with it, brother. What you got me wait for?
Torque, let's say you did something bad, like really, really bad. Just like you've made a lot of people upset. And you didn't mean to do it, but it sent you down a path that ultimately put you in a position where you kind of owe things to some things and, well, have to do things for other things. And is it wrong to run away from that?
Dorvis, why do you think I became an artist? To please mom and pop? I think not. They wanted me to be a doctor, and I said no to that, baby. You run, Dorvis. Don't let yourself become a victim of society. Be who you want to be.
Wow. Yeah, that's... Oh, I just feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. So thank you. Thank you, Torque. Yeah.
All right, my turn now,
Here's
right?
what happened. Oh, yeah, your turn.
Dorvis, I killed a man earlier this week. I'm painting with his blood right now.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, have a great time. Here, and here's a little souvenir to take with you. And it's gonna be a little vial of like red paint.
Okay. I take it and it's just I have this feeling like, and now I feel weighted by my sins yet again.
Have a good day, you two. Come back and see me whenever you need to confess something. Boy knows I have a lot to confess.
Always great to see you, Torque. Put
Alright.
the vial in my pocket. It's like, Gorbachev, do you have anything you need to do here?
Oh no, I will simply be inspired by the artwork that I see and work on my own craft. Do you feel better, brother, now that you are done confessing your sins?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel better. I mean, I'll just say like, I feel like there's a balance, I guess. But yeah, I feel good. I feel like I can.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I feel like I can, move forward, in a new light.
I am so glad to hear that you are feeling refreshed. It is always helpful when a new brother finds the Crimson Painter.
Oh, I mean, I've known him for a while. I actually didn't know he had a title.
Ah. You see, this is the blessings of our master.
All right.
Where would you like to go next?
So, now, Gorbachev, it's your turn. Can we make this you alone?
Yeah, sure.
Doing whatever it is that you need to do in Causeway. And we're going to find a way to segue this into your exit from the campaign and the button for today.
All right, I got it.
All right, what is it that you want to do?
Okay, so I borrow a couple of paints from the Church of the Crimson Painter, and I go and I want to try to find a slummy area of the town, somewhere secluded where I can get drunk on my 10 whiskeys and paint a huge mural.
All right, you got it. I'll say that on the outside wall of the northern, like the outer ring, that's sort of like there's plenty of graffiti in the slums. You can find a sort of empty place or paint over somebody else's graffiti.
For sure, yeah, whichever is available. If possible, I'd try to paint on a new wall, but if I can't find that, then...
Yeah, I'll say, like, how big of this mural do you want it to be? Like, how big?
Honestly, as the night goes on, I think Gorbachev loses track of time and just sort of keeps drinking and keeps painting until the mural is so big that it might cover the entire wall.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. You go ahead and give me that sleight of hand one more time to see how well you paint.
All right. Sleight of hand. This time, 20, not natural, but a 20 nonetheless.
Yeah, you paint something beautiful. And as you sort of like, you lose track of time and like the sun's already down, you're still painting, and you step back to look at your masterpiece. Describe it to me.
So what you see now on the wall, what used to be an empty wood wall, is now glistening and bright with the wet paint from a million red shades, some light pinks all the way to these dark crimson colors. And what you see is a man atop a hill, and as his foot is extended, kicking out in a sort of martial arts move, you see a streak of red just whipping around him, almost connected with the colors of the paint.
Nice.
So it's a martial artist.
Right. Amazing. You've been
Oh
waiting this
my
entire
God.
time to make that pun, haven't you?
Oh.
This is the point of my entire character.
I'm so glad I waited 3 hours.
You
It's
hear
not a pun if you call it coming full circle. We'll just call it that.
you hear a voice from behind you say, "I see that you are also from Campagne. Is this correct, friend?"
I turn to look. Who is it?
It is a man standing about your height, and like as you sort of look at him, like you feel like you have to like rub your eyes for a second because it looks like his face sort of isn't settled. It's like almost as if it's like shifting, like blurred, but then it sort of settles down into a face that you recognize all too well. It is as if you are staring into a mirror, Gorbachev, and the voice says, "Come. I have something that I need to discuss with you. Post haste."
Incredibly drunk and assuming my eyes are playing tricks on me, I willingly and naively follow this man.
There are things that you do not yet understand, Craig, about the way that the world works.
My
Believe
name
me.
is Gorbachev, not Craig.
Damn it! I just looked at chat and somebody put Craig. Sorry, Gorbachev. Things that you do not understand yet about the way the world works. However, it is my duty to inform you. You will walk away from this a changed man, Mr. Gorbachev Svedchenko. I hope you are ready. And with that, you disappear into the night, and the party does not hear from you again for a long, long time.
But I have made my mark upon the city, and I have had a blast doing it.
Good. And the rest of you sort of bed down for the night at the inn. At Dorvis, you sort of question for a second. And I'm going to say that Craig is in your room, Dorvis. No, he's with you, Walter. Craig is with you, Walter. He likes you the best. At the inn.
Oh yeah.
And like Dorvis, you're just hanging out with Walter for a little bit. And Craig says,
Hey, whatever happened to that very rude man? Have we heard from him in a while?
Gorbachev?
Yes, I believe that
Yeah,
was his
that
name.
was his name.
Ah,
Yeah.
I am sure that he is fine.
and that's where we're
Yeah,
going to
I
end
really
things.
like that.
That is going to be the end of this chapter, this session of the final rule. So, thank you everybody who was watching. A couple quick shout outs, of course, to Me Quite Contrary for the 2 suggestions. Deep That, of course, my good buddy, for
Deep That.
moderating.
Here's Craig and the creator. I'm not done with it, but it's there.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you very much for modding and also being a great friend for me. Shout outs to the people who followed me today. Derek Ryder, and of course, Wititney
That's
as
me.
well.
Hey, Brendan.
Yeah, thank you, Brent. Excellent. So thank you everybody who tuned in. Like I said, everybody who followed me, everybody who chatted, everybody who's watching, everybody who listens to the podcast and watches the VOD. All of you are great. I have a suggestion box now down at the bottom of my chat. If you want to leave a suggestion about how we can improve the stream, go ahead and do it there. But we're all going to sign off. One last time, everybody go through, say what your name is, say social media that people can find you. Once again, we're going to end with you, Michael, just to sort of close us out for the night. So start off with you, Justin.
All right, yeah. Justin played Kintorla, and you can find me on Twitter at DDice Gaming.
Thank you. And Chase?
Hi, I'm Chase playing Dorvis, and you can find me at Twitter at CutToTheChase9.
Excellent. Vincent?
Hi, I'm Vincent, the voice of Walter Tang.
Excellent. And Brendan?
Sick.
Hi, I'm Brendan, the portrayer of Brooks Pendleton II. Brooke. I don't know why I said Brooks. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Brendan Bice, B-I-C-E. Should be a follow.
Excellent. And finally, Michael, where can we find some of the stuff that you've worked on?
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you asked. You can find a lot of the short films that I've had a pleasure in working with at unoriginalfilms.com. You can also follow me if you're interested in what I've been up to at Instagram at King Bouton, which is Kingbouton. I played Gorbachev Svenshenko this session, and I hope at least at some point in the future I'd get to return because I had a blast playing this character. And you guys have been great. But again, I'm Michael Prince Bouton, and I just want to say thanks for having me. It's been a blast, guys.
Thank you so much, Michael. So one more time, thank you
Thanks,
to
Michael.
Deep That. Thank you for Me Quite Contrary. Thank you for Watitney. And thank you for everyone who is watching this in the future or listening on the podcast. We'll be back next week, probably next Sunday if I had to guess. But follow me on Twitter at May_tag_official in order to figure out when we're going live next. Otherwise, every Sunday at 5 p.m., you're going to get a new episode of the podcast coming out. Thank you, everybody. Hey, everybody, let's say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.